Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I'm joined by Frank Smith. I mean, Frank, there was method in the Mexican madness tonight with Leigh Wood beating Lara quite comfortably.
Yeah, look, he knew what he had to do. You know, the first fight we saw what he did in those 7 rounds of boxing, got caught with a great shot, and that risk was always there in this fight. And you have to respect Leigh Wood, because many people thought he was mad to go straight back into this rematch. But he knew he could do what he did in that first fight for 12 rounds, and he did it, and he delivered. And very proud of him, and done an amazing job. Two-time champion of the world.
Definitely. What's next for Leigh Wood now? Obviously, we know the Commonwealth mandatory was ordered. Obviously, Josh Warrington's there. You got unifications with Alberto Lopez and Robeisy Ramirez. What, in your mind, would be next?
I think, look, from what I hear from Leigh, he's driven by the fact he wants to do that fight at the City Round. And if that fight at the City Round is without a belt, I think that is going to be what he prefers. But look, there's lots of things that are going to play out over the next few weeks. As you say, Komatov obviously mandatory. The Warrington fight's a massive fight. That's a fight we'd love to look at making. So let's see how things play out over the next few weeks. Unifications, you know, Lopez with the win tonight, that could be an interesting fight. But yeah, lots of exciting opportunities.
Perfect. And some other excellent performances on the card. Obviously, Terry Harper as well, defending her world title successfully. But I do want to give a shout out to Aqib Fiaz. I mean, I think 30 seconds before he got dropped, I said to someone, because he was kind of coasting, he was performing very well, very slick performance. I was like, he kind of almost needs to be chinned to see how he reacts to it, and he reacted well to it tonight.
Yeah, look, it was a tough fight. Everyone knew it was going to be a tough fight. You know, I was speaking to a few people who said they've done a lot of sparring with him before, and they said, you know, Aqib's in for a tough fight, but it's what he needed as well. You know, especially for the experience. You know, as we come through and keep building him, you need those tough nights. But Aqib showed he can deal with it, and fair play to him. You know, his stablemate Jack Catterall as well, tremendous performance from him. He's had a long time out of the ring, and to come back in a real fight like that against Darragh Foley, someone who came forward the whole way throughout the fight, and was boxing as if he wanted to win the fight. He didn't just come in for a payday. You know, that's the kind of fight that Jack needed. And from now we're going to step on. There's some massive fights to be made in the 140-pound division. So excited about what's there for him.
Definitely, and kind of your 140 division is kind of growing. I think every day I think you're linked with every single champion on the planet. But as well, I do want to move forward to your potential July 29th show. Who are the front runners to headline? Is Fabio Wardley one of those front runners?
Yeah, Fabio definitely. There's some talk. Maybe we look at doing the Felix Cash Ammo Williams fight as well. You know, Kieran Conway against ConwayUdofia as well. That was obviously supposed to be tonight. Maybe that looks to be rescheduled. So working on a good show for July 29th. Just working through some details.
Could it be? Obviously, I know David Adelaide. Eddie mentioned he's set to be mandated, but obviously he's fighting. I think in June. Could Solomon Dacres be a potential opponent for Fabio Wardley?
Yeah, possibly. That's one of the names. But looking at various options from now and discussing with Fabio and his team.
Perfect. I mean, you announced the signing of Rocky Hernandez as well the other day. Great signing. WBC #1, mandatory for Agyarko Foster. I mean, obviously Joe Cordina as well, beating Rakhimov, and then links to Zelfa Barrett. Do we see kind of a round robin with those guys? Obviously Rocky fighting Agyarko and then Zelfa and Cordina?
Yeah, look, we've had Rocky on a number of our Mexican shows previously. We've always been excited about what he's got to offer. As you say, WBC #1. You know, he's lining up for that world title challenge. So it's an exciting time for that division. Definitely looking forward to some big fights there.
Perfect. And also a fight that I kind of really want to happen. Troy Williamson, Caoimhin Agyarko as well. Has an offer been placed to Troy Williamson for that fight yet?
I believe there's been some discussions, but I don't think there's been any concrete offer. It'd be a great fight to make, and one we'd love to do.
Perfect. And then Tyson Fury, AJ, I have to ask. I think I'm probably the only person who hasn't asked you a question on this. There are rumours kind of a working date for September 2nd. Is that any true, or is it kind of just as everything else?
I think there's been a sort of brief discussion around, you know, the potential of it. It's nowhere near close, but it's you know, the discussions there. We did a lot of work around that fight, didn't we, back in sort of October time last year. Let's see. There's so much playing around in the heavyweight division, but you know, obviously that's a huge fight to be made. You know, contract hasn't been sent, contrary to what Tyson Fury said, but you know, we'll see. There's so much talking in the heavyweight division, or so much talking in boxing. Sometimes it's good to get some work done, and then we go from there.
Definitely. And are there any updates between Conor, Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. as well? I know that there's been a few talks. A lot of people are saying that you and Eddie are positive about that fight happening, obviously without putting any words in your mouth.
Look, I think it's a massive fight, and a fight people very much look forward to. Lots of discussions ongoing around opportunities. So let's see. We're actually going out to the Middle East. We're going to Abu Dhabi next week for some continued discussions around our shows out there. So we'll see how things play out. Massive fight. Would love to make it happen.
Perfect. And my final question as well. Devin, Haney and Regis Prograis, kind of some respectful kind of conversations on Twitter the other day. I mean, Devin said he's going to be ringside for Regis's fight. I mean, Regis getting through his fight, that is a mega fight in the States, isn't it, for you guys?
Yeah, massive fight. Look, Devin Haney's done tremendous things in boxing already, and to be calling out Regis Prograis, I think some people thought that's not what he'd be looking to do. It's a tough fight against Regis Prograis, but Devin Haney, a tremendous fighter. I'm sure he'll be there ringside in New Orleans in 3 weeks' time, and then we go from there. But a fight we'd love to make. We'd love to work with Devin Haney again. So let's see.
Perfect. Frank Smith, thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No problem.